Hey everyone, Sandy here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today to dive into the fascinating world of our feline friends. You know, understanding cat behavior can sometimes feel like trying to decipher a foreign language, but trust me, it's a language worth learning. Because once you understand how your cat communicates, you unlock a deeper bond and a more fulfilling relationship. Today, we're going to talk about 6 signs that show your cat trusts you. That's right, 6 ways your cat is secretly saying I love you in their own special way. Alright, let's start with a classic sign of feline trust, the slow blink. You know what I'm talking about, right? That heavy-lidded, long, slow blink your cat gives you across the room. It's not just them being sleepy, though sometimes that is the case. In the cat world, direct eye contact can be perceived as a challenge, a threat. So when your cat gives you that slow blink, they're essentially disarming themselves, showing you they feel safe and comfortable in your presence. Think about it in human terms for a second. Would you hold prolonged eye contact with someone you didn't trust or felt uneasy around? Probably not. It's the same with our feline companions. They're showing vulnerability, and that's a huge compliment in the language of cats. Now here's a little secret to strengthen that bond even further. When your cat gives you that slow blink, try giving one right back to them. That's right, a nice, slow, deliberate blink of your own. It's a way of saying, I see you, I trust you too, in their language. You might be surprised at how quickly your cat responds to this simple gesture of understanding. And hey, don't get discouraged if your cat doesn't immediately start slow blinking up a storm. Just like any new language, it takes time and practice. But I promise you, the more you pay attention to your cat's subtle cues, the more you'll start to see these little signs of affection popping up everywhere. It's all about building that mutual trust and understanding. So next time you catch your cat giving you the slow blink, take a moment to appreciate the depth of that gesture. It's a beautiful thing, really, the silent language of love between a cat and their human. Now, let's talk about another classic sign of trust that often gets misinterpreted, the infamous belly flash. We've all been there, right? You're petting your cat, they're purring away, and suddenly, bam! They roll over, exposing their fluffy belly for the world to see. It's tempting, I know, to reach out and give that belly a good rub. But hold on a second. Here's the thing about cats. They're masters of mixed signals. While a belly roll can definitely be a sign of trust and contentment, it's also a very vulnerable position for them. Their soft underbelly is their weak spot, and by exposing it to you, they're saying, I trust you not to harm me. However, this doesn't necessarily mean they want a belly rub. In fact, most cats are actually quite sensitive about their bellies and will interpret a hand reaching for that area as a threat, even if it comes from their beloved human. So how do you read the signs? Well, context is key. If your cat rolls over for a belly flash while you're engaged in play, it's probably best to admire from a distance. However, if they roll over while you're relaxing together, gently stroking their head or chin, it might be an invitation for a gentle scratch along the chest or behind the ears. The key is to pay attention to their body language. Are their ears relaxed or pinned back? Is their tail twitching or swishing? These are all telltale signs that will give you a better understanding of their comfort level. Remember, just because your cat doesn't want a belly rub, doesn't mean they don't trust you. It's simply a matter of respecting their boundaries and understanding their unique way of communicating. Let's talk head boops. Those adorable moments when your cat rubs their face against your leg, arm, or maybe even your cheek. It might seem like a simple gesture, but trust me, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. You see, cats have scent glands concentrated on their cheeks, chin, and forehead, and when they rub against you, they're actually scent marking you as their own. Think of it like leaving their calling card, a way of saying, you're mine now, in their own special way. It's a sign of ownership, yes, but more importantly, it's a sign of affiliation. They're claiming you as part of their colony, their inner circle. And that, my friends, is a big deal in the feline world. Now, not all head boops are created equal. Sometimes it's a quick, perfunctory rub as they brush past you, a way of saying a quick hello. Other times it's a more deliberate, lingering rub, accompanied by a rumbling purr. That's when you know they're really feeling the love. And here's a little secret. You can actually encourage more head boops by simply offering your hand or finger for them to rub against. Most cats can't resist a good head scratch, and by initiating the contact, you're inviting them to scent mark you to their heart's content. So next time your cat graces you with a head boop, take a moment to appreciate the gesture. It's their way of saying, you're one of us, and that's a bond not to be taken lightly. Chapter 4. Follow the leader, the trust of a tiny shadow. Have you ever noticed how your cat seems to follow you everywhere? From room to room, sometimes even to the bathroom? It might seem a little intrusive at times, but trust me, it's actually a huge compliment. You see, cats are independent creatures by nature, and they value their personal space. So when they choose to follow you around, it's because they genuinely enjoy your company and feel safe in your presence. Think about it like this. In the wild, a cat would only follow another animal if they trusted them implicitly. It's a matter of survival. So when your domesticated feline follows you around the house, it's their way of saying, I trust you to keep me safe and sound. Now, not all cats are created equal when it comes to following. Some are content to observe you from a distance, while others are practically joined at the hip. But regardless of their level of clinginess, the underlying message is the same. They feel secure and content in your presence. And here's a little something to consider. Cats are creatures of habit and they thrive on routine. So by following you around, they're not just seeking your company, they're also learning your patterns and routines. It's their way of making sense of their world and feeling more secure in their environment. So next time your cat follows you to the bathroom for the 10th time that day, try not to get too frustrated. Instead, take a moment to appreciate the gesture for what it is, a sign of pure, unadulterated trust. Chapter 5. The Perfect Symphony, Vibrations of Contentment. Ah, the purr. Is there any sound more soothing, more comforting than the gentle rumble of a happy cat? It's like a lullaby for the soul, a reminder that all is right with the world. But did you know that purring is more than just a sign of contentment? It's also a powerful communication tool, and one that speaks volumes about your cat's trust in you. You see, cats purr for a variety of reasons. They purr when they're happy, when they're relaxed, and even when they're trying to self-soothe in times of stress or discomfort. But one thing's for sure, they only purr when they feel safe and secure. So when your cat curls up on your lap and starts purring away, it's their way of saying, I feel completely at ease with you. Now here's where the trust factor comes in. Cats are incredibly perceptive creatures and they can pick up on our emotions like nobody's business. So when your cat senses that you're stressed or anxious, they might start purring as a way of comforting you. It's their way of saying, it's okay, I'm here for you. And believe it or not, there's actually scientific evidence to suggest that the frequency of a cat's purr can promote healing and reduce stress in humans. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, take a moment to cuddle up with your feline friend and let their purrs wash over you. It might just be the best medicine. Chapter 6. Love Bites and Dead Things, the Language of Gifts. Okay, let's talk about a sign of trust that might not be as immediately endearing as a purr or a head boop. The infamous gift left on your doorstep. We've all been there, right? You wake up one morning to find a dead mouse, a half-eaten bird, or maybe even a still wriggling lizard on your welcome mat. It's enough to make even the most devoted cat parent question their sanity. But before you banish your feline hunter to the great outdoors, let's try to understand the motivation behind these, shall we say, unique offerings. You see, in the feline world, bringing home prey is a sign of deep trust and affection. It's their way of providing for their loved ones, of saying, I caught this for you because you're part of my family. Now, I know it's not exactly a bouquet of roses, but try to see it from their perspective. They're proud of their hunting prowess, and they want to share the fruits of their labor with the ones they care about most. It's their way of showing you that they trust you to keep them safe and well-fed, even if they have to take matters into their own paws. So next time your cat presents you with a less than desirable gift, try not to recoil in horror. Instead, take a deep breath, muster up your best poker face, and thank them for their thoughtfulness. You can always dispose of the gift discreetly later when they're not looking. Remember, it's all about understanding their perspective and appreciating the gesture for what it is, a sign of deep, unwavering trust. And hey, maybe keep a few extra cans of tuna on hand, just in case their hunting instincts kick in again. Chapter 7. Decoding the Secrets of Feline Affection. So there you have it. 6 signs that your cat trusts you with all their furry little heart. From slow blinks to belly flashes, head boops to gifts, cats have their own unique and often subtle ways of showing affection. The key is to pay attention to their body language, learn their individual quirks, and appreciate every gesture for what it is, a sign of their deep and abiding trust in you. Remember, building a strong bond with your cat takes time, patience, and a whole lot of love. But the rewards are immeasurable. So go forth, fellow cat lovers, and deepen your connection with your feline companions. Observe these signs, reciprocate their affection, and cherish the special bond you share. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two about feline trust, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow cat-loving friends, and subscribe to my channel for more perfectly helpful tips. Until next time, keep those tails twitching and those purrs rumbling.